Good morning. This is a Gothic Tale interview with an actor. How'd you do? My name is Richard Morgan, and I play the character Danny Parker. Danny's a curious one. He's the businessman of the town. He's the one that runs the bar, employment of the younger members of the cast of the town of Rosetown. And he's very tortured because he hears voices, and they're the voices of people long past, and he has a drinking problem which he uses to make them quiet. The rich variety of all these characters, Ella reckons that this was the character for me to play. And I asked her, I asked, what do you see in me to play a melancholic, depressed person who is hearing the voices of people that are dead? What makes me suitable for that role? And she kind of said, well, you look the part, you sound the part, and well, from getting to know you in the National Youth Film Academy, I can definitely tell you're 2 out of 3. Wasn't too sure which 2 out of the 3 she was referencing. What are you insinuating, Muscroft? Series 2 could be fun for him. Or maybe season 3 or 4, if it ever gets that far. I hope it does. But I'd like him to, I'd like the voices thing in his head to be explored more. I want to see him try and deal with his alcoholism. Go for a peak of being sober and happy and healthy, and then to fall back into it, because that's always compelling to see the peaks and the troughs, the peaks and the troughs. It's engaging television. I'd think, anyway. But I personally like to think, as the series goes on, he would get some really badass psychic powers, which are actually the root of why he hears voices, and then he can make things float, and then he can, be all really cool and dangerous and anti-hero-ish, maybe? I don't know. I just like the idea of, him standing there in a nice blazer, tie cocked down, with a whiskey glass. He's just walked in, he's used his telekinetic powers to throw people across the room, and then he just makes the glass float into his, not the glass, he makes the ice float into his glass. I think that'd be very cool. For a fantasy series, it is shot very simplistically, as very much in an indie fashion, little to no budget. And if this series, or when this series, because I've got a lot of faith in Ella Muscroft, who is a very, very talented and very ambitious young woman. When this series gets the traction it deserves, it's adapted to television or Netflix or whatever, and there's money behind it, you can really see all these beautiful effects come to life, because there's only so much you can sell with the actors and the story. But I'd like to think that would get us far enough for people to say, yeah, this deserves to be a bigger thing. This deserves to have money. The United Kingdom could see this. Maybe the world could see this. This could be the next big series on Sky Atlantic or HBO or Channel 4. I'd like to think so, anyway. I've got a lot of faith in it. I just really enjoyed his sarcasm. I enjoyed the comedy and the tragedy about him, because it was very easy to put across it was very easy to perform his pain and his suffering. It's anger and it's annoyance and it's defiance, but it's beautiful to layer it on top with the comedy and the sarcasm and the wit and the charm. There's so many facets to him. He's a very different man compared to what you see in the first episode than to what he is in episode 7. Episode 7's a lot of fun. It's my favourite episode. You'll like that one.